Welcome to NCEA assessment on machine parts. We're going to do the achieved part in this video. We need to read the task. A machine company that wants to maximize profit. It makes for making rods and pillars. So I'm going to call my rods X and my pillars I'll call Y. That will help me later on. And we want drilling, grinding and polishing in equations. And it's also considering increasing the number of hours available. That will be the merit excellence part. So resource A is a bit below. We'll come to that in a moment. We have to write a report recommending the number of rods and pillars. So we actually have to recommend that. Make sure we do that at the end. That it should produce each week and the number of hours of drilling and grinding it should have available. So, how many rods and how many pillars should the machine company produce to maximize the profit? That's our first task. So let's go down to the next bit. We've got the rods bring in a profit of 300. So we have a profit equation, 300, and the pillars bring in a profit of $600. So I'll put that as X and Y. The market conditions mean the company can sell at most 60 rods. So there we go. We have X is less than or equal to 60 and the pillars 70. We want a drilling in equation. We want a grinding in equation. And we want a polishing in equation. So we're going to do those, and the totals for these, they can't go above 105, can't go above 90, can't go above 70. So here's our pillars in equation. It's half an hour for drilling and 1.5 hours. That's a rod is half an hour and a pillar is 1.5 hours. For the grinding, you've got a maximum of 90. So let's write those in and we'll see how we get on. So here are the other two equations. Now notice it says there's 1 hour of grinding. So we've got 1x there. That's the same as x, and there's 1 hour for the pillar. For your polishing, you've got 1 hour, so there's a 1 there, 1x plus 0.5, half an hour for the pillars. We're now going to go to Desmos and we're going to graph those and have a look and see what it looks like on Desmos. Now for Desmos I'm using shading out, so I've rearranged and changed the less than to greater than or equal. So I've changed all these and got the inequalities. And what would happen if we didn't zoom out? We'd only get about this much of Desmos showing. So I had to set my axes and zoom out to get it up to 70, 80 and so on each scale. If we label the points, putting those labels in, we can see the maximum and minimum. So I've put the points there. And then the profit equation is this one here. 300x plus 600y is your profit. So by changing these numbers here, if I had to go up to 100,000 to get that, when I only put the number as, say, as 300, and then I move my p-value, the line hardly moves at all. So I had to change that number to 10,000 or 100,000, was it? And then when I move my slider, it moves up to where I want it to be. So we want the maximum profit to go and have the least white areas profit possible. So the maximum profit is going to be right at that point up there. Hard to get it right on. And we can see the maximum profit is 45,000. We've got to find the profit at all the points. So if I drag it down a bit, at the first point at the top, the maximum profit is 42,000. So go through and we have to calculate all of those profits, and we can go ahead and do that. So I'll go back to the previous screen and we have a look at this. So here we've got all the points. Now we need the profit equation. So the profit equation was, I think it was 300x plus 600y. That's for our profit. So by using the point 0.070, I put 0 for x, 70 for y to get my profit. Do the same for 30 and 60, put 30, 60 to get the profit. Same for 50, 40, and so on, and we get all the profits at the vertices. So we can see that our maximum profit is at this point here, so all we have to do is write a summary here. The company should produce 30 rods and 60 pillars to make a maximum profit of $45,000, and there you've done all the achieved bit. Should be no problem. Hope you followed that. If you didn't understand, go back over it and check what you need to do. Keep going over the video till you understand. I'll do the merit and excellence parts in the next video.